it's past time. I mean, the school needs to be redone for safety reasons. I mean, look at what's going on in society today. I mean, we need it for our kids for safety reasons, and we need it. I have a grandson who has a handicap, and these stairs are not really conducive to that, and we need something. We need to update the schools.
Well, I just moved back to the area actually, so you know when this got brought up, I knew about it the first bond proposal, and of course I wasn't here, so it didn't bring much concern, but still some concern being from here. But just moved back to the area in October, so seeing this brings some concern, because I knew I graduated from here, knew it needed the updates. You know, it's been a long time coming.
If not now, then when? I mean, if we don't do it now, we're just going to be putting it off. It's going to cost more money in the long run, the longer we put it off, and it's going to create a burden for the kids and the people that have to do it later on. You know, if we don't do it now, our kids are going to have to do it. And like I said, it's going to cost more, and we're just going to keep putting the burden off on the next generation.
Well, we moved to Eastland several years ago. Our kids were in elementary school, and they're actually going to be starting high school this next year. And we've been honored to be a part of the community and a part of the school, and to grow with the traditions that's been here for the last 80 years. And we went through the bond issue last year, and we didn't support that bond, but we know that the school came to the community and involved us so that we were able to actually see and understand what the district was needing. Right now, I think we're both in a position that we go to the football games on Friday night where it's a sense of community, and we know that they always support our school every Friday night. And I really think this time, it's time to start supporting our kids Monday through Friday.
I have a background of teaching the disabled, and once I came and toured the school and found out that anyone who can't climb the stairs can't go to class, and I found out that it would be difficult for kids who did climb the stairs with an injury to get back downstairs to the bathroom and to class again, and saw some of those needs that were there. I felt like this bond proposal addresses all of those needs without going over what the community can handle and pay for at this time. So we were behind this bond 100%. I really think that these are some, I wouldn't call them upgrades. These are things that the school needed years ago, and it's beyond time to get in here.
Well, I was kind of hoping it'd be sooner, because we do need new stairs, and we do need new restrooms, and not just like new restrooms, but restrooms on every floor, because some of us get late to our classes trying to go to the restrooms, and I think the stairs are just done for, like they're not really working. And we need like something for the disabled. Like I have plenty of friends that are disabled right now and studying in the library because they can't get to their classes because they're sick. And so yeah.
What are actually your main thoughts about the bond election and the upgrades of the school?
And the staircases are really important to me. I mean, the staircases and the elevators. I think not having restrooms on the second and third floor are absolutely crazy to not, even though I went to this school. But there's still, it's crazy that there's no restrooms on the second and third floor. And of course, for, you know, it's not handicap accessible for the children that have a handicap to try to get up to. And I mean, just think if they have to go to the restroom during, you know, class, they've got to come down
Exactly.
2 flights of stairs. I mean, it's just.
Yes, ma'am.
This latest proposal is pretty much the way that she was thinking all along.
I really wasn't for tearing down the 2 original buildings. I didn't care what we did with them. I just did not see, I mean, yes, I know they need updated, I know they need renovated, but I did not want to tear down the original 2 buildings. And so that was my main thing, to be that I was not for the part of it.
Right.
I did not want to tear down the original 2 buildings.
Okay, I understand that.
But I love this. I love renovating. I love adding the new front onto it. We're going to have the new classrooms. The classrooms are going to be bigger. Restrooms on every floor, an elevator, new sets of staircases. I think it kind of addresses all the problems. The technology today is so much more advanced. The kids need to be using it and to be able to learn. And everything up here is so dated.
What are your thoughts overall?
Like I said, it's been a long time coming. I mean, the updates have been needed for the students. You know, better learning environment, especially for disabled or anybody injured. Can't go to any of the second or third floor. Makes it hard to structure, especially if there's more students to make it possible to make it more convenient for them, and their learning and such.
I think it's going really good. I've got to come down here and tour the building, and the improvements are going to be drastically a whole lot better for security, accessibility. You won't have to run downstairs every time you need to go to the restroom. You're on the third floor. Hopefully, it'll cut down on tardies from class to class. Be able to go. The restroom's going to be on every floor. It's with the elevator and everything. It's going to be great. You can't. How serious you're going to be with saying no student left behind, but then you've got to leave them behind every time you got to go to class on the second and third floor. In this case, we're not going to leave anybody behind because we'll have an elevator, and they'll be able to go to every class, every core class that we have.
Whenever you go to the school, we're proud of what the teachers are able to accomplish, and they do a lot with actually very little. And most school districts do have that situation, and I think that the facility, it's time to improve the facility and to make it not only accessible, but to make it a way to help those teachers excel even more for our kids. And this is a first step in order to do that, to make the playing field level for everyone.
I think it's great, even though I'm not going to be able to enjoy it, but I know like the future generations will, and so will my little sister, and so I just think it's great for everyone.
How are you on supporting this? Are you?
I'm for it. I like this idea. I think it's a really good idea. The kids need it.
Yes, ma'am.
Me too. I've got 2 grandsons here.
He wasn't for, he wanted to knock down everything and start over.
Right.
I think, well, this is a good blend, a good compromise to the situation that you had when you started. You've got keeping the historical values, renovating the space and not tearing it down, but you're bringing it up to the present day learning standards of construction.
I'm supporting it, absolutely. It's a great bond, and it's exactly what we need, and it falls within what Eastland can handle.
I figured I need to do it for my kids. Again, I don't want to put it off on them. I want them to have a sense that they can come to school, take pride in their facility, and more importantly, take pride in the people that are around them. That way, they get a sense of pride knowing that everyone cares for my education.
Yes, I'm actually a member of the Band Boosters as well. The Band Boosters just recently set up a special account for our band director to be able to go and buy instruments at pawn shops when he saw them, so that he wouldn't have to come back to us to get the money and permission to buy them. He could go ahead and buy them, and that way they didn't get sold from the pawn shop. So our band kids have been using pawn shop instruments. We have a son that plays French horn, a daughter that plays clarinet. We've purchased instruments for them. My son was playing a French horn with a bent pipe, and it needed repair, and they didn't have the funds to do that.
I think it's also important on that regard, with regards to the bond, that you look at Prop 2. Prop 1 that we've talked about so much updates the facility. Prop 2 will free up a lot of cash in the operations budget for the school to do things like buy new instruments, to staff new people coming in to help teaching classes, and also to get equipment for them for all of our classrooms. So Prop 2 is just as important a piece as Prop 1 is in this election.
Yes, I'll be graduated by then, by the time they finish construction, but that's totally fine as long as it helps the future generations.